We are actually fourth dimensional beings in a third dimensional body inhabiting a second dimensional world. Neil Cassidy. I messed that quote of the day up. I knew I forgot something. Starting a little bit earlier tonight, I may do another one. Although I did want to work on a little bit of the presentation a little bit. This one is agents and NPCs lie and get triggered by the truth. There's no other way to title this because I can't call out them because they have no names, they have no faces. They could just change their pseudonym at any time. So how can I actually close in on who they are? At least with hypocrites like Nathan Oakley, you know, we know his name, we know his face, we know his voice, you know, all that stuff. But with some of these people, many people would call trolls or just agents. Well, you can't see what they look like. You got no idea what their names are. Anyways, let me start off by saying, the quote of the day, the best fighter is never angry, by Lao Tzu. And if you want to donate to me via cryptocurrency, you can do so by Bitcoin or Vertcoin. I've received $0 via cryptocurrency since 16 months. I've had it out there. He can always look up how much is received or transferred out of cryptocurrency. This one is my Bitcoin. I've transferred out from my Patreon. I did a video about it. You can watch it. And transfer it to Susie Dawson when she needed it. My Vertcoin currently does not have any transactions given or received. If you want to donate, you can do so via Google Super Chat, although they take a big chunk out of it. And you can donate via paypal.me. So far, I've only had one donation, which is a great donation. So far, I've not received any others. But if you do, I will disclose it on the first video of the month, which would be probably November 1st. And just say my thank yous and also disclose total amount of donations. And paypal.me was up since September 22nd of 2019. If you want to join in any of these things, you can. The Zoom meeting URL is always available on the YouTube description box, also on Steam and Vim.tv. If you don't have any money to donate, you can go ahead and please prove the globe Earth and get $15,000 from Zen Garcia, then donate to me a 10% finder's fee. I know a lot of people say they don't have enough money, but you know, proving the Earth to be a globe should be pretty easy since it's been done over 2020 or 2,500 years ago, whatever. Right? So there's that. If you don't have any money, just get $15,000 from Zen Garcia. Now, here's where what's just funny is, now, unfortunately, my videos don't, you know, once they're done, people can still chat a little bit further. As you can see, this is as far as it goes. But if I switch it to Google Incognito and go to the one that was on, you can see that it goes a little bit further. What's funny here is Tim Osmond joins, and he's trying to persuade people with his rhetoric, except no one's buying it, and neither am I. Plus, I just call out his lies and just repeat what he said before, and then he goes on a different tangent. He tries to play tricks, and you can see what stupid little. Oh, I had it on the other one. All right, let's go at the end. This one is just a chat. I'll move it back here in a bit. And let's go to that one. Well, that's easier. Do I have it? Oh, I just have it on main monitor. That makes better sense. Why didn't I do that before? Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. I'll just hide myself real quick. Zoom, 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 zoom. There we go. All right, so I won't play back the whole thing. You can watch the entire thing in its entirety. But you can see
Wisconsin.
we've got that recorded on live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, we got this
Wisconsin,
recorded on live stream.
Minnesota, Michigan.
He won't answer a question. He'll just go on in his rhetoric. They need a lot of time to talk. You'll notice the sophists need a lot of time to talk. The agents, or NPCs, whatever. They get so triggered. It's just silly because, you know, the whole idea of trolling was to get people triggered. And it's kind of backfiring. The trolls are being triggered because they can't get anyone else triggered because they're trying to trigger people who are NPCs. Now, the whole NPC thing just kind of took a turn from the right-wing establishment, but it's not quite what you think it is. Everyone is, all an NPC is, a non-player character from video games, is someone who's on autopilot. So all of us have been on autopilot before. It's when you do things, you don't even pay attention to it. You're not really in control. You just follow a script or something like that. And once you're free of it, well, you don't want to put anything back on autopilot. That's kind of like the red, blue pill thing, right? So, I mean, whoever this fella is, Tim Osman, what he calls himself, he can go by many names. He can change it at any day, any time. No one will know the difference. You might be able to recognize him by his sound. People can mimic the sound. You'll never see his real name, never see his real face. What's he's got to be scared of? It's not like he's talking against the establishment. He's pretty much going with the establishment, or taking you to another control system, really. We already talked about that before. As you will notice in the chats, is that they'll talk about how, you know, they'll start getting, it's like everyone else. Once you show them the truth, all they do is get angry at you and they call you names. It's like, or Tim Osman, he can't handle the truth. LOL, what a muppet. It's like, let's see, Jersey 81, he got owned and stopped the video. No, I didn't get owned. He got owned. And of course, you can see Ian Ellis, LLC. That's sad. He knew nothing. They're talking about how I might have muted. Let's see. Muted, whatever. He muted me. I can't unmute. Untrue. They've been muting and unmuting themselves throughout the entire time, which is kind of dumb. They don't see that I actually put this part up, which I usually don't in most videos. Is I made it so it records the desktop. You can see them unmuting and muting, especially who is Ian Ellis. So let's go back seconds. Actually, we can probably go. Tim mutes himself. I don't think he unmutes. The who is Ian Ellis leaves. He comes back, and when he comes back, I have to let him in the room. What I have is a room. What is this Zoom meeting? I have a waiting room, so people can't just join and start going all crazy. You know, usually if I see a name, oh, I know, I just let them in, or a phone number, or if it's someone I don't know, I just go ahead and let them in, see what they have to say. And let's see, can you guys see it? Yeah, you can. All right, see here, right here it goes. Here's this play, chime, and exit. Put them in attendee meeting room. There's the mute all or unmute all, unless I have to mute single-handedly. But of course, if I muted all or unmuted all, you would have to see it. But they individually do that by themselves. Let's see. So here we go. You can see who is Ian Ellis. Muted himself. You'll see him unmute himself. There you go. You see him unmute himself. And then he figures out, this ain't, I gotta mute myself. He mutes himself back in. I don't think he unmutes himself again, even though they can. And that's it. I mean, they can easily chat saying, hey, I'm muted, unmute me. But no, they don't. They just don't say anything. They play tricks. They like to lie. They don't have name. They don't have face. And they get angry. They get triggered. I don't know why they get so angry. I think that's just like part of the script. And they just go, well, I don't know how to respond. That's it. Okay. So talking about real quick, another agent, NPC, is DFQ2. Dave from Queens 2. I guess there was a Dave from Queens 1. I don't know if it's the same fella. I didn't know who he was in the first place. He's still on to me. Tokyo Shemp, that's his name. Who is Tokyo Shemp? I don't know. But he's going off. He goes off a lot on just people who are trying to find the truth or against the establishment and saying that they're just all COINTELPRO or CIA or something or another. So this is like the third post that person has on me. I think it's funny because I love watching the stuff because there's just more stuff I could find out from all the lies. It's like, okay, he's talking about this, he's against this. Well, obviously, if he's against me too, then I gotta be for what he's against. In some ways, it's a little too easy. Anyways, that's Tokyo Shemp. Of course, you don't know his name, you don't know his face, you don't know what he sounds like. So at any time, Tokyo Shemp could be whoever. Dave from Queens 2 could be Dave from Queens 3, and Dave from Queens 3 could be a totally different person. But this video, if he ever watches it, will probably get him all triggered. And here's one thing. Here's a test for you. Okay, here's ThePottersClay. I got found him from Bomblecat Gadofish in a different video. And now what I want you to do is watch this, and I'm going to show you the actual video he got it from. The links again are in the YouTube description box or vim.tv/name it. Chris Hadfield and Barenaked Ladies. I.S.S. is somebody singing CBC music, which is 171,000 subscribers and has almost 3 million views, 2,984,926 views. This was uploaded or maybe live on February 12, 2013. Now, what's amazing, and the same thing is I showed this to my wife just to see how she reacted, and thank goodness she's getting off autopilot. I'll start with something I did before, which is like, hey, just watch NASA's videos. They've got like 4 or 5 channels. I mean, they should. With the budget that they have, and you could just kind of find a couple of things, and all you're trying to look for is consistency. There should be consistency in space, consistency in what they do, consistency in gravity, consistency in anti-gravity, all this other stuff. But you'll see a lot of inconsistencies. For example, in this one.
Control Houston, please call station for a voice check.
This is Bustle Digital Group. How do you hear me?
Hello, Bustle Digital Group and Catherine. We have you loud and clear on board the International Space Station. Welcome aboard.
All right. Well, just to start off, Christina, could you quickly just introduce yourself, say your name, what you do, and where you are currently?
I sure can. My name is Christina Cook. I'm a NASA astronaut currently living and working on board the International Space Station. We orbit the Earth about 250 miles up.
Amazing. And what would you say?
See, in that I just point out the inconsistencies. You can see me counting with my fingers. So it went from waiting for 6 seconds for a delay to just responding right after she finishes her sentence. And most people would just, I guess people who aren't on autopilot, not NPCs, still see that as, oh man, NASA lying again. Such inconsistencies. I mean, we know they're faking it somehow. They're lying in some form or fashion. And then the NPCs, they get angry. You're like, what are you trying to say? What are you doing? Where are you? I can't even do it angry. It's like a Jerry Seinfeld angry. Triggered. I should have put Eric's, triggered thing on there. Oh, that's what I was gonna do and I forgot. But anyways, could you imagine her singing with the person who's talking with her, giving the interview? In sync. Now think about it. If there was a 6-second delay, at least I.S.S. Let's say I.S.S. had a 6-second delay, but the people on the ground, it varied. It went from 6 to 0 seconds, so it can fluctuate. it would be more difficult in order to have a sing along with the person on board the ISS with the person that's on the ground on Earth, because now you've got a fluctuating delay. But however, if the delay is always going to be constant, like 6 seconds delay going to the ISS, 6 seconds down to the ground, then that's fine. You might be able to pull it off, but it's still difficult, right? Because you're going to have to be singing, if you're in the ISS, you're going to have to be singing 6 or 12 seconds before the other person's actually singing in order to sing in sync. So the only problem with it is, in this video, Chris Hadfield and Barenaked Ladies, and I'm going to play this one first before I play the ThePottersClay one, is here we go. You're going to see that there is no delay when he's speaking with the singer, but he's on the ISS. You know why he's on the ISS? Because you can see he's pulling that gravity trick, the astronaut. So watch.
Welcome to the cupola. Ready to play a little music?
Indeed. Your scenery looks a little nicer than ours. Have you got everything you need? Do you have your trusty floating guitar pick with you? Excellent. Mine is...
So, therefore, that pretty much proves he's in the ISS from the mainstream lying standpoint. But anyways, you can see that his interaction with the singer is going to be without delay.
subject to gravity. Yeah, I know. Yours matches your mission patch. Gleeks, are you guys ready to do this? Yeah! Chris, ready to go?
Yes, Ed, I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey, what happened to that delay? I guess there is none. They just have magical internet, I guess. But, you know, you can watch the entire thing. You'll see them singing in sync. But they can because there's no delay. If there was a delay, you know, they'd have to factor in that he has to play a couple of seconds before the person on Earth is going to play in order to be in sync, or vice versa, whatever.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's do it. No delay. And they showed that he was on the ISS because of that gravity trick, right? So that's what they want you to think, he's on the ISS.
On solid fuel wires, turn the key and light the fire. We're leaving Earth today. This rocket's burning bright. We'll soon be out of sight and orbiting in space. Push back in my seat. Look out my window. There goes home.
Incredible. They are singing in sync with no delay. I mean, this was 6 years ago. I didn't know about this before. I'm glad that Bomblecat Gladlefish led me to ThePottersClay. Yeah, we probably have different views, but that's fine. But man, the technology changes so fast and kind of reverts back and forth. It's like, man, they can't stay consistent with their technology and what's capable. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show a full almost 10 minutes of ThePottersClay video, proof NASA fakes being in space. It's just a good one, and I'm going to take a break and drink and laugh while I'm waiting for you guys to watch it. All right, give me a second here.
Who's excited? First live 4K transmission from space ever. Let's get right to it. Johnson Space Center, can you do the audio check? Coming. We should hear it in the room very shortly.
Ready for the assessment. Yes, we're ready for the event.
Please call station for a voice check.
Okay, here we go. Hello, Commander Fisher and Commander Whitson and Colonel Fisher. It is an honor for all of us and those online to join you and all of your colleagues at NASA in the first ever live 4K stream from space. What is the ISS position in orbit right now? "11 seconds.
Well, we're just passing over Baja, California, and we're heading in an arc over North America. By the time we finish talking, we'll be over Central Africa.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. Before we learn more about NASA's
Central Africa.
Wow. Amazing, amazing.
Central Africa.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. Use of Live 4K, I'd like to share about Peggy's exciting achievement that was recently made on the ISS and in space. Peggy, you've made 8 spacewalks, and you recently set the record for the most days in space by an American astronaut. Congratulations. What inspired you to become an astronaut?
Actually, when I was growing up, I saw the first men walk on the moon, and I thought, wow, cool job. Of course, it didn't really become a goal of mine. It was just a dream. But when I graduated from high school, the first female astronauts were selected. And that's when it truly became a goal for me. Luckily, I had no idea how hard it would be, and I just worked really, really hard and spent a lot of years getting there, and a lot of hard work. But in the end, I got lucky, and some of that work paid off. So it's been well worth the journey, for sure.
Well, it's an inspiration to thousands of students in the United States and the entire world, so thank you so much. Now, of course, we're calling from the NAB show here in Las Vegas, where next generation broadcast and production technology comes to life. Are there any films about space that have truly inspired you?
Well, for me, it was definitely The Right Stuff.
Welcome to the cupola. Ready to play a little music?
Indeed. Your scenery looks a little nicer than ours. Have you got everything you need? Do you have your trusty floating guitar pick with you? Excellent. Mine is subject to gravity. Yeah, I know. Yours matches your mission patch. Gleeks, are you guys ready to do this? Yeah! Chris, ready to go?
Yes, Ed, I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
On solid fuel wires, turn the key and light the fire. We're leaving Earth today. This rocket's burning bright, will soon be out of sight and orbiting in space. Push back in my seat, look out my window, there goes home. shiny blue houses everybody anybody ever knew. So sing your song, I'm listening. Out where stars are listening, I can hear your voices bouncing off the moon. If you could see our nation from the International Space Station, you know why I want to get back soon. 18,000 miles an hour, fueled by science and solar power. The ocean's racing past at 5,000 tons, 90 minutes moon to sun. A bullet can't go half this fast. Floating from my seat, look out my window, there goes home. That brilliant ball of blue is where I'm from and also where I'm going to. So sing your song, I'm listening.
All right, so there's about 2.5 minutes left of that video. I don't know if there's more stuff, but yeah, I'll go ahead and play it back while it's silent. But if you're watching this and you're angry at me or the ThePottersClay because you think we're wrong or dumb or idiot, you're probably angry, and that means you're on autopilot. You're an NPC, a non-player character. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just like if you were just putting things on macro, right? You're just, I don't want to mine for 8 hours. That's just tedious. I know. I'll macro some some keys together, hotkeys, whatever. I'll just go ahead and macro for 8 hours. That's kind of what an NPC is. You can become a player character. Don't put yourself on autopilot. Go in manual mode, right? Just play the game as it's meant to be played. And so I think there's just a lot of differences between talking about NPCs and non-NPCs, and you're angry if your initial response, and actually maybe all your responses is always about being angry, then you might want to, and if you like lying a lot in order to just keep yourself in the illusion, well, you might want to stop listening to me because it's getting you triggered, because you don't want your illusions demolished. I mean, the illusions are there for you to have fun. Except when you're no longer having fun, what is that illusion but torture? So for many of people who realize the torture of the illusion, then they're gonna want to get out. Even though there's some good parts to it, there's some good illusions out there, I'm telling you. But I mean, that's what this reality is. But again, are you just going through it on autopilot, or are you going to be in control? So being in control is a big aspect of kind of the whole awakening process, and just having no fear. No need to be afraid. Show your name, show your face, talk what you want to talk about. If it comes time where the illusions come and get you, well, maybe it'll find a way to get you. If not, it won't. That's another thing we'll talk about later too, which is an interesting concept, that once you're in this awake realm, and you see the truth of how things are, well, you know what? They can't do anything to you. You're on manual mode. You're not on autopilot. All the things they could be doing, I guess. I mean, right now they just do the non-direct approach. I mean, just look at my channel, however long I've been doing this, talking about anything and everything. I don't care if I get deplatformed. I got other platforms to go. They'll keep on trying to censor me. I just come back. I keep wanting to leave, but I also don't, because I know that there are people out there. They just don't know. They've been on autopilot for so long. They don't know how to go back to controlling, being the pilot, being in control again. So I get it. I get why people can be a little bit afraid. Because it's like riding a bicycle, really. You've done it before. You just get back on, you ride, and you realize, this is easy. Why did I leave? Why did I put myself on autopilot? Because there's no exertion. It's kind of easy. What's the point of having it easy? I mean, that's kind of goes against the point. If you want it easy, just get yourself an electric bicycle. It's getting a little bit. Telex. Yeah. Hey, Port from Co-op. I have not seen that movie. I am going to when I have good amount of time. That'll happen probably 2-3 weeks. I'll probably have a good amount of time to watch it undisturbed. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this NPC stuff came from the far right, or I guess you want to say kind of the mainstream, and then got adopted, and then it kind of got readopted by the truthers, who are another form of gatekeepers. And then, it's hard to understand the concept of the NPC. It's easy to meme it, but it's not really the details of it as far as just a non-player character. I was one. I was just going along for the ride, putting myself on autopilot, going through the motions. And then I just got out of it, took control again, and I realized, oh man, it's hard. It's like, if I could put myself on autopilot, it would still be like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. So I keep steering away, So it's the point of autopilot. When I know where I'm going, is it where I want to go? So I just steer it away. So no matter what, you can't really put yourself on autopilot because you know where you're going, and where you're going is not where you want to go. Therefore, you're no longer on autopilot. So you're no longer an NPC. So the problem is, I think some people think that NPCs are just part of the script, part of this little electronic matrix. It's not electronic. But it's a long way going. There's so many people, I guess you could call them people. Let's say people, it just makes it easier, right? To just say, right, there's only a few of us and the rest are screwed. Oh well, let's just leave it that and go away. Except it's not that simple. I wish I could explain it better, but I am going to do a video which I am going to trying to put some visuals up there, so maybe you can kind of grasp the idea of what I'm trying to explain a lot better than words. Words are just so more difficult in order to explain certain things. Logically, yes, you can explain a lot. Consistencies, yes, you can reveal consistencies or inconsistencies. Actually, you could reveal lies pretty easily with words, but as far as visuals, when they say pictures worth 1,000 words, it is very similar to that. With the visual, you can just kind of grasp something more than words can explain. It's excuse me. For example, my daughter today, she got angry at me because I do things that can aggravate her, because I'm a dad. I make puns and stuff like that. And she goes, all the things that and I go, how do you know the things you know? And she replies, and she's 6 years old, and she goes, because my brain tells me I know what I know. It's like, does your brain tell you to do things, or do you tell your brain to do things? And she goes, that's a good one. She couldn't answer that. Can you answer that? Anyways, that is that. It is a short video, so know them by their lies, know them by their anger. And another good quote by that I had, I don't have it anymore. Maybe I'll use it another time. But it's like, shoot, never mind. I don't want to butcher things. I mean, there's things that I should ought to memorize, but I don't. I keep emptying my cup in order to fill it with more things, in order to see if it's worthy of drinking. And when you drink it, well, you know it, but you just it's not. You got to move on. There's just more out there. There's just so much more out there. And hopefully I can explain that in a later video. So you may not see me on again tonight. You may, if it is, it'll be pretty late. It'll probably be midnight or around 1 or 2. And if it gets too late, I'll probably go, yeah, I'll just scrap it and show it another day. So, all right. Thank you for joining in, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.